Here he is from New York. That Kevin McCullough.
All right, just a few more minutes with Max McClain. The Untold Story of C.S. Lewis, his most recent film, is now available on demand at PureFlix, also available at Amazon, and has already made its presence known in theaters a little more than a year ago. And if you have not seen this film yet, friends, it is just splendid. It is beautifully shot. The cinematography is off the charts, but so is the acting, and the cast is wonderful. Max, you guys just really nailed every aspect of this film, and congratulations are due. Down to the soundtrack. Like, there's just everything that I love about movies I loved about this film. Real quickly, what do you think's the most misunderstood aspect of C.S. Lewis?
Well, I'm a hard person to answer that too. I don't know the answer to that question in terms of misunderstanding. I just know that that whenever I read him, he wakes up a certain dormant part of my brain.
Wow.
And because of that, I'm just really thankful.
Well, you've spent a good number of years interpreting his works and his life, and we are grateful for that on stage and on film. What's next for Max McClain? What are you working on?
Well, right now I'm, the movie was based on a play, The Most Reluctant Convert, which went up to his conversion to Christianity. But, a lot of people get converted, Kevin, and they don't become C.S. Lewis. So what was unique, what was unique about his conversion that made him such an extraordinary?
So might there be a sequel? Is this what you're hinting at?
Well, what it is that there's already a sequel to the play. I'm touring that now, called Further Up, Further In, that is getting huge audiences as well as extraordinary emotional responses, which I've been so blessed by. And then, of course, we are going to go back and make a couple of films down the road that, in fact, I think we'll be making them within the next year.
Wonderful. Is Further Up, Further In one of those?
Well, Further Up, Further In is really meant for the stage. And so it will certainly influence, but it won't be. The next two films are going to be much more biographical, in the sense that he didn't write a memoir about his later life. So you're going to have to use secondary sources with relationships with Tolkien, his long-standing relationship with this Janie Moore, how the BBC decided to how they discovered him, how listening to Hitler's speech during World War II influences writing of the Screwtape Letters. These are some of the things that will be discussed in the film, and we're very, very excited about getting back on and doing the two films. Norman Stone has signed up to direct both of those films.
Great. That's phenomenal. It means you get the same kind of magic back together again.
Yes.
Max McClain, thanks for being with us. Friends, before we go to this next break, I want you to take a look. This is the trailer to C.S. Lewis, The Untold Convert. I said that
The Most Reluctant Convert.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the trailer to The Most Reluctant Convert, C.S. Lewis, Max McClain in the lead as Clive Staples himself. Take a look.
I never cared for my name, Clive Staples. The world came to know me as C.S. Lewis. Perhaps you read my books. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the most famous, but there's one story that's not so well known. It's my story. And who better to tell it than me? Cheers.
Shut up! Hey, Jack, no, stop! Don't disturb your father!
Boys!
Your mother loves you very much.
At 14, I ceased to be a Christian.
She was the first woman to speak to my blood.
I love the smell of bunting.
And I was undone.
Have you nothing to say in your defense?
William Kirkpatrick, the Great Knock.
Either there's no God behind the universe, a God indifferent to good and evil, or worse, an evil God.
Do you believe that logic and reason bring forth indisputable truth.
I do.
And are your moral and aesthetic judgments valid and meaningful?
They are.
For the first time, I examined myself with a serious, practical purpose. What I found appalled me.
How could a mere man be called a great moral teacher and say the sort of things Jesus said?
Such as?
That night, as I read Phantastes, my imagination was baptized. The rest of me took a little longer.
Ready or not, he'll be right back. That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.